All right, continuing on with the rest of the study guide. Here are the last three problems. So we're going to check to see if x minus 2 is a factor of this polynomial. So in order to do that, we're going to use synthetic division. I'm going to use 2. So 6, and we're going to get 12. We're going to get 7, 14, negative 2, positive 2, 4, and 0, which is great. When the remainder is 0, then that tells us that this is a factor. So yes, x minus 2 is a factor of h of x. So let's go on to B. We're going to factor h of x. So in order to factor that, we're going to need to take what we had here, because this was a cubic, so we're going to take this and take this as a quadratic. And we're going to factor this quadratic. So I'm going to use the what I used to call the X box method. So 6 times 2 is 12. 7 would be 4 and 3, 6x squared plus 4x plus 3x plus 2, factor out of 2x, 3x plus 2, 3x plus 2, so I've got 2x plus 1, 3x plus 2, and I don't want to forget my first one, which was x minus 2. So this is h of x in factored form. So now determine the roots of h of x. So now all we have to do is set these equal to 0. So the roots are going to be x equals 2, x equals negative 1/2, and x equals negative 2/3. All right, let's take a look at, we've got 2 more, I believe. All right, number 6. Use step-by-step method to graph. So we'll start with x plus 2 squared. I know x plus 2 squared is a parabola that shifted 2 units to the left. And just because I want to know where it crosses the y-axis, I'm going to put 0 in for xing at 4. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to cross right here at 4. Then I'm gonna go down 4 units, okay, because we've got a shift of minus 4. So I'm gonna shift this down 4 units. Okay, here, and then I knew that this was at 4, so it's gonna be at 0. It's gonna cross at 0. There, and it's gonna cross at 1, 2, 1, 2, right there. I know my parabolas are just not very pretty with this pen here, but hey, you kind of get the idea. How do I know it crosses at 1, 2, 3, negative 4? Because if I plugged in 0 in for y, I can solve this by adding 4, squaring it, and subtracting 2. I'm sorry, square rooting it. All right, so then we're going to apply the absolute values. And recall that the absolute value takes anything that was positive, takes anything that was negative, and makes it positive. So we're going to take all this stuff down here and shift it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. Okay, we got zeros there and right there. So now we are going to go up like this. Instead of down here, we go up here, and this stuff stays the same. So we've got this W shape. Okay, then we're going to make this negative. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this up over here in red. So a negative is just going to drop this and make it go the other way. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to reflect it on the x-axis. All right, so then finally we're going to add 1. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and this was at 1, 2, 3, 4. This was at negative 2, 4, so now it's going to go up 1 right there, and everything's going to be shifted up 1. Shift that up 1 here. Okay, so we're going to go up like this, down like this, down like that. Okay, and that's our graph. All right, so last one here, guys. Last one. Looks kind of confusing, but it really isn't that bad. So let's first deal with this one, f of h of x. So f of h of x is 1 over x. And so we're going to plug this into our f function, and we're going to get square root of 1 over x. It says graph the function. So this is, we can graph this step by step. We know that y equals 1 over x is a reciprocal function, so it looks like that. And then when we take the square root of that, that's going to just eliminate these values because the square root eliminates all negative y values. So we're just going to have this graph here. Okay, this is our graph of Lx. Determine if it's odd, even, or neither. Well, this is not reflective around the origin. There's nothing else here. So since we don't have any symmetry with this, this is going to be, so I'll label this I, this is going to be neither, because there's no symmetry. And let's go ahead and state the domain and range here. So, all right, so the domain is going to be all values greater than 0, because see, this is going to go up to this asymptote, vertical asymptote, and go all the values over here. The range is also going to be 0 to infinity, because it's going to be all values greater than 0, because this has a horizontal asymptote at x equals 0. So our domain and range are going to be the same thing in this case. All right, let's take a look at the last one here. Well, this looks fun. So let's just go step by step. G of x is 2 ln x. And we're going to plug that into the h function. So we're going to have 1 over 2 ln x. And then we're going to plug this into the p function. So we're going to have 1 over 2 ln x squared. Okay, so let's go ahead and graph this step by step. Let's start with the ln x. Okay, ln x, y equals ln x. Looks like this. And then half of that, well, it's really not going to do much. It's going to make it a little thinner. Okay, so it's just going to change it a little bit. Really don't have much to change. Or actually 2x, 2 ln x. And then we're going to do the reciprocal. So now the reciprocal is going to make a vertical asymptote right here at our x-intercept, which is 1. And we're going to have something that looks like this. Okay, it has to do that because this is above the x-axis. This is below the x-axis. And we're going to have to go towards the asymptote again. So as we get closer to 0, this is going to go out to negative infinity like this. And then this is going to go kind of like this. Kind of like, well, you know what? Normally we would go towards, right here, we'd go towards a horizontal asymptote, but this stops at 0. It doesn't have anything on this side, so this is going to be kind of weird. It's going to kind of end up stopping over here and giving us an open circle because it's not going to ever reach that number. Okay, so this is our graph of 1 over 2 ln x. And now we're going to square it. And so when we square it, it's gonna bring everything that's down here up here. Oh, that was at 1. I'm sorry. That's a 1. Okay. So then now this goes up this way, and this goes down this way. All right, so that is our graph. Now the second thing is we want our domain and range. Oh, we want to know if this is odd, even, or neither. Notice that there's, again, no symmetry here, so this is neither. No symmetry. Let's go ahead and do our domain. Our domain is going to be 0 to 1, and then 1 to infinity. It's going to start here at 0, and then go to 1, and then 1 to infinity. And then our range is going to be, looks like it's everything from 0 up, not including 0. So 0 to infinity. There we go. That's it. All right, so good luck, guys. Study well, and we'll see you soon for your final.